Alright, so on this '08 Cadillac DTS here, this front motor mount was toasted pretty bad. You'd hit the gas pedal and this whole mount would just clunk clunk every time. So I had to fix that. And the problem I had was I got the bottom bolt off just fine, but the top bolt was having lots of problems. So I chopped it and hacked it and whatever to get it off. I finally got it off and got it out. When I was able to fit it out through the oil, between the oil pan and the frame rail down there, I did have to remove the filter housing, but I'll show that in a minute. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to remove the air box and this upper hose, okay, so you can remove this bar that goes across here, okay. The reason why you want to move all that stuff out of the way and take this motor mount strut brace off is so that you can push this engine around a little bit and get a little space here. See, if you move all this stuff around, you'll get a little bit of space, but not much. Okay, and this wire's in the way all the time, so just have to do the best you can. But what you want to do is get this thing loose enough down here. You see that bolt there, so that you can get your impact on it. Now, that's what I did, and my bolt was rusted so bad that it stripped the nut out immediately, and it was just fried, so I had to cut it. But the idea behind taking all this stuff apart on the top is so you can get this bracket loose and get it shifted around so you can get your impact on the end of that nut. And I'm going to put that on here in a bit and tighten it up and put it back together. So let's go under and look at the underside. I did take the oil filter housing off. Okay, it's got three, I think they're 12mm bolts in there. And I took this little bracket off too. Okay, now you may not have to take all that off. If your bolt on the top of your mount comes loose, you may not have to do all this, but I had to do this so I could turn that whole assembly sideways so that I could get to it with the Sawzall. So that's something you'll have to deal with on your own. If that happens, then that's what you'll have to do. So with the engine jacked up a little bit, I was able to get that mount to fit through here. Now that's where the oil filter housing mount goes, right there. Okay, and I've got this thing just kind of shoved up here a little bit for now. Okay, there's the nut that's on the top. I'm just going to position it so I can get my impact on it. And if that doesn't work, I'll just do it with a ratcheting wrench, whatever. But I'm pretty sure I can get it buzzed on there. So that's what I did on this. It may be a different situation for you. These brake lines are pretty nasty, but I had to push them over out of the way to get a little bit of slack here. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just pop them loose and push them over. If there's a problem with that, you'll have to fix it. But that's how it's going to be on these North Stars. Anything you do, it's going to be tight work. So, and I got the gasket that goes on that oil filter housing for $16 from the dealer, and I got this motor mount, this new motor mount from O'Reilly for about $81 or $90 or something like that. So that's kind of how all that stuff looks. You can forget about taking the radiator out. That's a big problem. I'll talk about that in a moment. The way these are designed, it's just one big unit to take out. And this bracket, I modded a bracket on another Cadillac I worked on. I cut this thing in half because it was such a pain. But this one here, I was able to get it out. Okay, with the bottom bolts loose and this loose, I was able to bend these up. They were already bent before anyway, it looked like. And just maneuver this around the best I could. But if you want to take the radiator out, then you'll have to pop the air conditioner. And I didn't want to do that. I mean, the transmission lines, there's something you could probably take them loose and you might be able to get the fans out, maybe. I don't know. They didn't make any of this stuff easy to get out. I guarantee you that. So that's my idea and just a few notes and tidbits on getting this done. I hope this helps someone. Y'all have a good day.